Nathan Lowe, the Indy Dog Whisperer, is here today, and the topic, how do you meet an excitable dog properly? Right. Nathan, I'm going to go out on a limb and guess the way to meet an excited dog is not to be excited yourself.
That's actually not out on a limb, you're on the trunk. That's okay. Like the main point. So you got it, George. This is one of the common questions I get from people. What do I do when a dog's excited? Because people want to kind of come back to the dog with excitement, like, oh, you're happy to see me, but that's technically kind of not what's happening. So I got thrown in the deep end of this when I went to a client's house recently and had 5 Great Danes break loose out of a back room, okay? So we're going to roll that clip, and I'll show you, we'll show you first what I did, and then I'll explain what I did and give some tips so everyone else can learn to do it too.
I'll buy tickets to this.
Off patches, they're basically like...
Well, here comes everybody.
Hey! No.
So that's why he needs a leash. That's why he needs a leash.
Yeah, we've had her for 2 months.
Yeah, just leash him. And let's, you see, he actually started that one.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's his biggest thing. He'll just stand there and come on, let's go.
Well, I've been working with him really intensely.
Gosh.
That's a lot of dogs.
It was a lot. It was like a team of horses coming out from the back room. So first of all, the first thing, these dogs were super excited, as you can see. Avoid giving visual vocal excitement. So what people do is say, oh, hi, guy. You're going to stir that thing up a ton more. So you'll notice I just stood without any vocalization. I just stood my ground and didn't say anything. I didn't talk to the dogs, didn't say, hi, guys. I stood upright and also looking at a dog going, hi, buddy, with your eyes bugged out also will prompt excitement. I disengage vocally, visually, and then number 2, I hold my ground. So stand upright, get a wide stance. You'll notice that my back was hurting a little that day, so I'm a little stiff, but you'll notice that when they first came out, I stood completely upright and did not move. So what I want to do is establish my space. And you know, one really common thing that I hear people say is, turn away when a dog jumps. Turn away. No, you don't want to turn away. You want to hold your ground, you want to stay there, and you want to make sure that the dog is nudged away from you and you go back to occupy your space, if that makes sense. Never turn away from a dog. Turning away from a dog is retreating from a dog, and that's something you don't want to do. So
how about using your knee, like if the dog jumps up on you?
Yes, and that's number 3 is enforcing your space. So hold your ground, but if you need to enforce your space, because one of the Danes did come and shove into my area, I use knee nudges. So I'll just give a little, and I'm going to stand up to do it, I'll just give a little bump like this, just a little bump. Not hard, doesn't have to be hard, just a little bump that causes them to back up and say, hey, I need my space here, don't come shoving into my space. And also, I lean forward slightly. Usually that slight lean will pull them back just a little bit. Then number 4, wait to interact until the dog is calm. And when you do interact, don't, say you're holding your ground, everything's going well, then you say, oh, hi, but now it all breaks loose again.
Okay.
So what folks do is they enforce their space, they hold their ground, and then they get the dog amped right back up again.
Now, I'm guessing these same rules apply with your own dog. If when you come home from work, you got an excitable dog.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I hadn't listed that, and I was hoping we could talk about that a little. These same principles apply when you come home as well. So when you come home and your dogs all rush to greet you, hold your ground, don't talk in an excited voice, wait till they calm down, enforce your space, and when they calm and you calm, what I say to people is even, go put your stuff away, go get yourself relaxed, sit on a sofa, make sure they're relaxed, now we engage. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's always, you have to show me respect before I relate to you. Always respect first. That's the way the dog kingdom works.
So the engagement is, in fact, a reward.
It's not a reward per se, as it is, dogs do rank before relationship.
Okay.
So we have to make sure first you are acknowledging who I am in the social distribution here, and once you do, then I'll relate to you. And that's how, so at a dog park, for instance, the big gather around with a new dog, there's a little scuffling sometimes as they work out social hierarchy, then we all trot off and play.
And all of their owners are on their phones?
Yes, until you correct their dog.
Yeah, exactly.